Hello guys, can you hear me? Okay, so thank you for the response. Hope you are all doing well. It's the close of the week. As we can see, the market can be a bit volatile today. Just 1 minute. We are going to look at Bitcoin. So as we can see also from the title that was on the banner, all the eyes are on Bitcoin. So as we can see, all the market is focused and is speaking only on Bitcoin. On the other hand, the Luna problem that every one of us almost experienced with it, someone with huge amounts, someone with small amounts, we can see that now it is almost disappeared for the moment, and I don't think that it will be back again, because now it's something of the past. I'll go on also through that topic again. Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining. So it will be also it will be treated again today, the Luna problem, what happened, what is expected, because I know that many of you have questions about Luna. What is main important for our portfolios now is that we have to see what is going to happen with Bitcoin, because we know that with Bitcoin movement, all the others are going to take a clear direction for the moment. But what is really interesting for the moment that I'm looking at almost in many charts is that Bitcoin is in a critical area, let's say, where it didn't use to break before. Look at where Bitcoin is right now. So this is the critical area, let's say. It comes approximately close to 28. And if you go on the lower part of the structure, we will see that on February 20, when all the big mess began with the pandemic situation that we already experienced, we will see that it was at 10k. Now we are in a higher point. But on the other side, there are many cryptocurrencies that they already have reached the pre-pandemic levels. So they are in very interesting levels. But on the other hand, Bitcoin is holding very strong on the upper part of the structure. So this is something very interesting that I wanted also to point out during this live stream. So let's go on with Bitcoin and what everyone is looking at. We have the structural support from also the previous times that we have seen. One of the guys made a joke about my t-shirt that is the same with the signature from Huobi. Yes, I just wear it. Lol. Yeah, so what is really interesting here is that price tested the support of the structure. And what I'm actually expecting from many time here is that price should continue to move higher. However, we need to have an open mind all the time when trading. Keep in mind that we should not be very aggressive in trading. Let's say that price is going to come higher and we are going to target only the upper part of the structure, because that will not come in one day. If we are going to look at also the previous times, we will see that when the price was from the bottom to the top, it was almost half of the year, so it spends half year to move down, to move up. If we see the next part of the structure, we will see that price spend it. Look at what the price is actually doing here. From top to bottom, we have 98 days, 100 days, so this is more than 3 months, because we have also the weekends here that are not included. So a minimum requirement is that we should have for the next movement, if this is going to be aggressive movement, let's say, the bullish one, a minimum for the moment that we are talking about it, it should be about 4 months for this movement. On the other hand, we will not be able to find the perfect time in order to join this trade, so it will be required strong nerves in this type of situation, and also we need to wait for a long period of time. However, we don't have to target all the time the upper part of the structure. Is something that cannot be done all the time. We are going to trade on the lower time frames. I'm going to discuss also the issues that everyone is talking about right now for Bitcoin and what is actually happening. Sorry, I want to go on with a small thing before. Just keep in mind that we have discussed also before that during this period of time on this circle here, just 1 minute, only on this part of the structure we can see that price spent almost 70 days at this point. So these 70 days here, let me make in green. Yes, I see the comments. Some of the guys are looking at for 10k, someone else is looking for higher. Look at what the price is actually doing here. So it spent almost 70 days. It is 2 months approximately. If we are going to drag this on the next part of the structure, we will see that this area was covered for a period of time that it was approximately 35 days. So as a minimum requirement, as long as we are in a bearish wave, we should have at least more than 2 months and a half at this point of consolidation. So the price will not move without having 2 months and a half approximately at this point. So let's go now on the 4-hour time frame, and we will see why many traders are worried about trading right now Bitcoin. I have shared several ideas on my public profile. When the price was close to the lower part of the structure for this wave, I was on this wave as well, so I was in 2 of the waves. The price moves higher. However, in both waves we can see that the price was transformed, so it was not something that was done in 1 day. It is a process that it requires a lot of time, and it was also this part of the structure here, this wave here. You can find this analysis also on my YouTube page. It is with details how this is analyzed. The price on the upper part, on the previous part of the structure, it was a triangle, how it was showing up. After that it moved higher. Now we are having a higher transformation, and the problem now comes that the price is creating exactly this type of pattern here. Which is the problem that everyone is looking at for the bearish movement for this pattern? The problem is because this pattern actually has both possibilities, so we cannot rule out the possibilities. One of them is that price can break this flag or wedge pattern because it is a bit contracting, and it can come lower. However, I'm not expecting that type of lower, even if this movement is going to happen, so just be careful and don't try to sell this. So below this line you should just watch the market and not to trade it. It's not something that I would really recommend to any one of you. the chances are higher that from this point the price is testing right now. Yes, I will look at also Solana. Don't worry. Yes, I see the comments. So if you can see, price can test 29,500 as it tested yesterday, as I see, and it can move higher again because there is a simple reason close to this structure area here. The buyers are well positioned in this zone. So here we have the buyers. One simple reason that I'm looking at actually right now is the problem that why everyone is looking down, because we had the problem with Luna. Price moved lower, it came up to this area here, that it was up to 27, 26.8 approximately, and after that price moved higher. So all of that was a moment of high speculation that happened, all of this movement. So what are we looking at right now is the price should continue to move higher and not lower, because the panic, the greed that everyone had to sell it, it was almost disappear. So in my opinion, I don't see any reason what can happen right now. So if this bearish movement that everyone is talking about is going to happen, so probably it can happen only if the market is going to be manipulated from the whales or from someone else like BlackRock. In the same way like they did the first movement, probably someone else is going to make the same thing, but those are not related with the technical side at all. They are just market manipulations. So also in this situation, we should be prepared for this type of movement, for the bearish one. Just place the stop loss below the line in order to keep safe your equity. No, don't trade at all spot market here. I don't recommend it at all in this situation, because market is really volatile, so we need to be careful. It's safer to trade with future contracts. Just risk a specific amount of money and all will be fine for this trade. So just don't do the same mistakes that many traders are doing. I see this, that everyone is making big mistakes in cryptocurrency trading, because I see the referral links that I have, and many of them are not trading at all. So this is for a simple reason, that many of the crypto traders, they just jump in the market, they buy, and after that all the money are disappeared, because the spot market is frozen for a long period of time. No one knows what to do. So this is something that it doesn't make sense in trading or investment. So just use that a specific risk amount of money, buy future contracts. You can double, you can triple just with only one hand. You can lose it. It's something that we need to accept in the market. But at the end of the day, you are going to trade day after day, and we are going to be able to increase your equity in that way. So never block your equity with spot. I agree that spot trading is good, but it's good for longer time investment, that it goes more than 3 years as projects. So I don't see them to use in this type of trades. So just be careful. The targets that I have placed are valid. 31.6 is the first target. The next target that I'm looking at is 33. 33k is the next target, and the other ones are higher. So once the price is going to come close to this moment of time, the price should continue to move up to the top of the structure. So this is the top of the structure. Close to 33, I see that this is going to be again a critical point, because as we discussed, market is not going to move higher in this way. market will continue to spend time within this correction, as we can see. So what is going to happen? Thank you to all the guys for the comments. I really appreciate it. 33 is going to be a very critical point because the price will face support from resistance, from the upper part of the structure, and we can see the next movement to develop that exists the possibility that it can come lower again. So two critical areas, 31.6. I'm going to place it here. Who wants can use also 32, and there is a simple reason behind the rounded numbers. The rounded numbers in trading are used very often because they are psychological numbers all the time. So this is why most of the time in this type of levels the price tend to react very strong. So keep an eye on 32 as well, because this is going to be a very strong target. Critical area is 33. If price is going to move above that area, after that it will be probably the beginning of the bullish movement, but the price will face resistance also from the upper part of the line. So let's see how the price will develop on Bitcoin, because this is positioned very well. And I think this is enough as scenario. You can make screenshot of the trading plan as you want. I'm going to share this also on my trading view profile, so you can follow it very easily if you want. Just for a moment, please. So this is my trading view profile. You can follow this prediction also here, because I will update and I share every day different things. So let's go on. I'll go with the one that one of the guys asked me about, Solana. Just let me find it. As we can see on the daily time frame, I'm going on the daily time frame right now for Solana. You can see that price is testing a very low price area here. If we are going to look at the previous structure, look at the area that the price is testing. So it was in this area on April 21, so it was more than 1 year ago. And look at the structure that the price is already facing close to this zone. So this is getting very old. This was the previous time in April 21, so this is correct as I see. The first time that the price reached this area, and we can see that the price already stopped here at this moment. On the other hand, what is happening, because this is a topic how I began this live session, that many of the cryptocurrencies are testing very low price areas, but on the other hand Bitcoin is not doing the same thing, so it's holding strong. We can see that we have this type of harmonic pattern here. We have two indeed, but I'm going to place the first one. So this is one of the harmonic patterns. From this area, I'm expecting for the price to begin the price movement here. What is going to happen is that we are going to look at the price on a lower time frame, because we cannot trade on higher time frame. And close to the D-leg of the pattern that is already completed, we can see that price is making this type of movement, this type of flag pattern here, this type of channel, let's say. So the scenario that we actually need right now in order to go long with Solana is that we need to see the price to jump above this pattern, and after that we can see it moving higher again. So this is what I'm actually expecting here. But on the other hand, what can actually happen here? On the other hand, price can continue to move and develop within this pattern. So this is the next scenario. For the moment, just follow the other one, wait for the price to break out from this point, so it comes approximately above 44.9, and after that the price should continue moving higher from this moment of time. So this is what I'm expecting for this movement here. Let's go with the other trade that I'm looking at. Ethereum is the next one that we are going to look at. Look at how the price is developing on the hourly time frame. So we are having a very nice price development here. Price is creating this type of triangle pattern, and it keeps making up and down. So which is the possibility here? One of the patterns that I'm looking at is that this is one of the scenarios. I'm going to delete this. Is that price can test the upper part of the structure. So this is one of the scenarios that I'm looking at. After the price is going to break through 1862, probably something like that, we are going to look at a more price development. So it should continue moving higher. The first target at this point is going to be the top of the structure, that is 2000 approximately, and the next one is 2070 if price is going to move higher from this point. So this is what I'm looking at. But what can happen on the opposite side? Price can come close to the top of the structure and it can develop again, so it can come lower as well. So this is the other scenario, what can happen. So the first target should be approximately at this point. It corresponds also to this small line here, so also to the small wicks. So focus for 1840 as first target, because after that the price can move lower or higher as well. So this is very good scenario for Ethereum. I really like this, and also how the pattern is moving within this area, for me it's really good. So the price development is really good. The next one that we are going to look at is KNC. The pattern is developing in a very good way, as we can see here. The price is developing in a type of triangle. There are two scenarios that already can happen at this point, because the price contraction that we can see already at this area is showing that the market is neither going up or down. So we can see the price moving lower from this point. It can break through 1.76 and it can come lower, or we can see the price to break higher above the triangle. So the next scenario is that we need to see the price above this triangle, and after that it can continue moving higher. Until that moment we don't have a trade yet, so for both sides we need to see what is going to happen on K and C. So this is what I'm actually expecting here. This can be the critical area for the bullish scenario, so price can come up to 2.07 and it can come down again, or probably price can move lower below 1.76 and it can continue lower. So both scenarios are possible, and this is very tricky situation as I see here, so it's not that easy. If you see tricky situations, just stay out from this type of trading, in my opinion. The next one that we are going to look at is Kusama. In this scenario, the price is moving up and down. We are in a range trading. I'm keeping it simple only on the 4-hour time frame. The reason is simple because the price is making up and downs from these moments, so we can see the price to rise up again. What is going to happen if we see the price to rise? On the first target, that is approximately the middle part of the channel, we can see that we have a lot of structure, so the buy and the sell interest is very high close to that area. We can see that the price can have another strong push for the first target. Only the first target that I have placed here is 17%, so it is not bad at all as target. But if we consider that price moved in this way and tested the top several times, we can have a possibility for 32 price increase in Kusama only on the first wave. Also, this correction here is showing that the